Okay, welcome back to the No Class Podcast. We are talking today about films based on video games and video games based on movies. I'm Skylar. This is Zach. We are going to do the same thing we always do. Okay, so starting off today's topic, we've got the Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993. I thought it was Danny DeVito as Mario. It's not. It's
You forgot his name again, didn't you?
Bob Hoskins. Um, we this is our second attempt at recording this because who I am as a human being. So we already kind of touched on the Super Mario Brothers movie. I thought it was good. It got a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought it was pretty cool though. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I mean, for the time, it was good. I think it's likely probably not as good now. I liked it when I was a kid though.
I
Um,
feel like we should do a watch party on that one because I haven't seen it since I was a kid either. The only thing I can remember of it is John Leguizamo finding a mushroom in the sewer and eating it.
yeah, I
That's
don't
all I
ever
remember.
remember that he was even in that movie. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, he was Luigi.
It's crazier that you
How do you
remember
forget?
that.
How do you forget John? You never forget John Leguizamo.
I did though. Um, Next movie in the list that I see that I remember is Double Dragon. I very vaguely remember that movie. I remember the game better. Um, I don't think I actually. Alyssa Milano was in it, I guess. Um, Other than that, I don't recognize the names of any of the characters. I remember thinking it was cool, but I remember when I was like probably 10 or 11 thinking it was kind of goofy and like not necessarily under budgeted, just underdone, like not done well.
It's goofy. Yeah, I didn't see that or play that
It got a
or
12%
read
on
that.
Rotten Tomatoes, so that's probably yeah. I had it on NES. That's the only reason I played it.
Gotcha.
Um, the next up would be the Street Fighter movie, 2 days before Christmas in 1994. I liked that movie a lot. The Jean Claude
Wasn't
Van Damme one.
I was gonna say wasn't Jean Claude in that?
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
I
the
I
I'm pretty
liked that one.
sure the chick that played in Billy Madison. I think the chick that played Veronica Vaughn played Cammy. I'm almost
Boy,
positive.
no, you're thinking Mortal Kombat. She played Sonya.
Okay. Okay.
Where
Funnily
did
enough,
that come
the
from?
the next thing was Mortal Kombat, 1995.
Hey,
That one got what a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is I guess fair. I thought it was really good. It's a nostalgia for me. I wasn't even born, but I've watched this movie enough times that I genuinely do like that one, and I think
I
that
don't.
it. Go ahead.
Sorry, I completely cut you off. I
No, go
don't.
ahead.
I don't care what anybody says. The first one was fantastic. The dude that plays Liu Kang, fantastic actor. I don't care. Mortal Kombat. What was it?
Annihilation.
Annihilation was a fantastic movie. I will watch it again and again as an adult. It does not hold up. I do not care. It is a fun movie. I like both of those.
Yeah, Annihilation got a
Fuck at Mortal
4% on
Kombat
Rotten
though.
Tomatoes.
4%?
Yeah,
That
dude,
actually makes sense. I
4%.
don't know why I freaked out about that.
I
That actually
liked it
makes a
though.
lot of sense.
I liked them
I
both.
loved both of those. I love both. They were great movies.
They were. And I think that it was a good representation to like bridge the gap between the game and like a live action.
hmm I'm
Um,
still really mad about Reptile from the first one though.
that's valid.
That's I think that's about when they started in the games making him into just like a lizard
Mm-hmm.
instead of a like a Sub Zero or a Scorpion. They just
Right.
turned him into a lizard, which still pisses me off.
Yeah, that's fair. The next one is Wing Commander. I never played it, never saw it. It's got Freddie Prinze Jr. in it. Looks like.
Fucking
I
Freddie Prince,
yeah,
dude, I love me some Freddie Prince.
me too. But it also had Matthew Lillard in it.
What?
Yeah,
All right, we got to do a watch party on that one too.
yeah. I don't even know what that game is. Lara Croft Tomb Raider's next. The Angelina
Oh,
Jolie one.
dude, those movies were my childhood.
I never watched it, but I played the hell out of the game.
I'll tell you right now. How long have we been going right now?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. That movie was my fucking sexual awakening.
That's valid.
That movie. That movie was when I knew that I just women were the greatest gift that God ever put on this earth.
That's valid. She got some cannons in that movie.
She got some cannons in that movie, and that butt firm. I'll tell you what though. On a less sexual note, in the beginning of the movie when she's fighting the robot for like the training seminar, and she thinks she's done, but like it comes back in like 3 seconds, and she does this little blows the hair out of her face and like smiles. As a kid, could not smile at that scene.
Okay.
It was cute, and I don't know, my little heart was fluttering every time.
Okay. Respect it.
The second movie was just as good.
Was it? Like I said, I didn't
Oh, I
watch it.
loved the second one.
It only got a
Oh, you
20%
didn't?
on
Oh,
Rotten Tomatoes.
what the fuck? I loved that second one. The first one was better, but
I
it
feel
also
like
had
you. Go ahead.
it had the dude who's playing James Bond now. What's his name? He was in that Knives Out movie. Can't think of what his name was, but it had him
Daniel
in it,
Craig.
and I liked his Daniel Craig. It had him in it, and he was just a really good role. But the second one was just as good. I
The
really enjoyed
second
the
one got
second
a
one. It was
better Rotten Tomatoes score.
did
The
it?
second one got a 24 to the first one getting a 20. I think that a
Hmm.
lot of these movies are probably going to have pretty rough ones because you have to realize it's not only people that like grew up playing the game or that experienced the game. It's going to be both parties. Like it's going to be your gamers and your general moviegoer. Because if your general moviegoer doesn't know any of the lore of the character, that's probably going to suck.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't
Um,
know who would go to see a Tomb Raider movie and not know what Tomb Raider is.
I'd be going to see movies and not know what they are.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
I just do that.
I'd be doing that too.
Um, Next on the list is Resident Evil 1. That was an '02 film. Got a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. I
Oh,
thought it was
oh, hold up.
fantastic.
Resident Evil getting a better fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
It's got
Anyway,
Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich.
I'd give her a higher score because of her.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly through the Resident Evil movies right now because this is like a very sensitive topic for me, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
The first, second, third, loved them. They were fun. The characters were really good. I loved who they chose to play Jill. I loved who they chose to play Chris. I love who they chose to play. Did I say Claire?
Nope.
Okay. I love who they chose to play Claire. Every actor, fantastic. They did not stick to the video games though, but that's okay. That's not a big thing in my head. They wanted to do their own thing. I respect it. I don't like how they made Nemesis cry. I will agree with a mutual friend on that. Why is Nemesis crying? That's dumb. But the Resident Evil movies fell off for me the second that Leon came on screen because who the fuck is that guy? That's not Leon. That's not Leon with that fucking hair and that. No, that's not Leon. That looks nothing like Leon.
What
You
what movie
fucked
was
up.
this guy in?
I can't remember.
The gentleman of complaint. Because so you said the first three. You mean Resident Evil Apocalypse, and Extinction?
Yeah, one through
Okay.
three, very good.
So
After
then
that,
like
it goes
Afterlife,
downhill.
Retribution, and then the final chapter is the new one. I think.
Yeah,
I went and
first three,
saw.
fantastic.
I think I saw Afterlife in theater in 3D.
Was that the one where they're on the ship and there's like that simulation thing going on about the
Yep.
outbreak?
Yep.
I think that's the first one that Leon was in, and that's the one where I was like, "Fuck this."
I don't know. I never played the games. This is one of those things that I experienced as a movie um, enjoyer, not a video game, like from the video game end of it. Because I had like Resident Evil 1, I think, on me. Was it like PlayStation 1? Is that what that would have came out on?
Yeah.
And I had it at too young of an age where I was too damn dumb to figure out how to play it. And I was just like, I don't like these games. um, House of the Dead would be the next one. It was a 2003 film. It had a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it was clearly pretty bad. I played the
Damn.
game, never watched the movie.
Every time I'm in an arcade, I always go to House of the Dead every single time.
Oh, it's a fun ass game.
It is fun. Same with
Um,
Time Splitters. Is that what that's called?
yeah.
Time Splitters is always really
That
fun
one's
too.
fun. Okay. Didn't know that they made this Alone in the Dark. I don't know what the game or the movie is for that. I won't lie to you.
I like the game. I didn't know they made a movie.
It got a
Didn't watch it.
1%, so probably not
That's
missing
got
much.
to be the lowest score we see today, folks.
Ah, dude, I hope. Dude, even on Metacritic, it got a 9 out of 100.
Damn. I gotta
Okay,
watch this movie now.
the next one is one that I know that we both watched as kids, and it's going to be a topic because we both played, I think, all of the games except for the newest. That's Doom, 2005. Coming in with a swelteringly low box office number of 55 million, an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 34 on Metacritic.
I don't care what anybody says. That movie was good,
I liked it.
but it does not hold up.
No, the first
And
person scenes were friggin' dope, and it really gave you like the nostalgia, but
oh,
kind
the
of
first
everything
person
past that
scene
was
was
whack.
fantastic. But like, they didn't have Doomslayer. I like Keith Urban, not Keith Urban. Who the
Weird
fuck
time to
plays
tell me
in
that you
that
like that
movie?
kind of music.
Carl Urban. Carl Urban.
Yep, yep, that's
Keith
him.
Urban. Yeah, I like Carl Urban. I think he sold the role, but it wasn't Doom. It was just space marines killing space demons. It wasn't Doom.
That's actually a TLDR. Actually,
Yeah.
um, okay. 2006 was the Blood Rain movie. I liked it. I also liked Blood Rain the game.
Didn't play, didn't watch.
I think that I guess maybe because I was young and I was beginning to blossom into my youth. I liked that movie a little more than I should have, in the same way that I liked the Underworld movies, in the same way that I liked Ultraviolet. However, the 4% on Rotten Tomatoes don't mean shit to me. I liked it.
That's a very more PG way to say what I said about
Dude, it
Angelina
is.
Jolie in her prime.
Yeah. Um, the next one I know that you're going to have some talking points on. I've watched this movie probably 10 to 15 times to your like 3 to 400. I've played.
Wait, before you even say it, can I take a guess?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one question
Yeah.
before I answer.
Yeah.
Give or take, how many hours do you think I have in these games?
The old ones or the new ones?
All of them. I have an idea in my head, and you know how much
Somewhere between 4 to 600.
Silent Hill.
Yeah. Um, it's. I played Silent Hill 2. It was Origins, the Silent Hill Origins, a game.
Yep.
Yeah, I played
That's
that.
where you play the trucker, and you can pick up TVs and throw them at the
Yep.
monsters.
Yep, I played that one. I played that on, I think, PSP.
Yeah, I
Um,
had the PlayStation 2 version of that.
but I played Silent Hill 2 and I played that one. I don't. Have they made a newer one? Is that a thing? Other than the remaster of 2?
They are coming out with Silent Hill F currently, and I'm super excited about it. But yeah, no. Do you want to kill an hour? Because I can talk about this all day.
I'd rather not kill an hour, hit some touch points, and we can continue on.
I'll hit some touch points. So, I've played every single Silent Hill game. I love every single Silent Hill game, even the ones that people hate. I didn't like Downpour, but that's because they made a game. They made it open world, and I don't like when games go from linear to open world because I feel like they just fuck it up, and it's not as good as it could have been. But 1 through 4 are my absolute favorites. Origin was a fun time. Homecoming was a fun time. Didn't like Shattered Memories because there was no combat and it was just a running simulator, and I don't like games that are just running simulators. The movies, however, I really enjoyed the first one. I like the fact that instead of making it Harry from the game, it was the mom, and Harry's just kind of like a side thing. I did kind of enjoy that. I love who they picked to play Sybil. I thought she did a fantastic job. The monsters and the practical effects, everything was fantastic in that movie. Um, I absolutely loved it. They got all the lore and everything like pretty spot on for a video game movie. And at the time when the movie came out is when I was playing the first one, and the movie actually kind of helped me get through like one or two puzzles in the game, and I thought that was kind of cool. And it gave me there were like little Easter eggs from the game that they threw in the movie too. Like if you go in the school, if you go in one of the bathrooms, you can hear like somebody crying in one of the stalls. It's not really touched up on after that, I don't think. I can't really remember. It's been a while since I played the game. But in the movie, they also fucking throw that in there, but they give it like a whole nother like aspect of like that's a big like plot point. Like that scene is a big plot point within the movie, and I thought that was really cool that they did that. The second one, however, I still liked. It probably had a really bad Rotten Tomato score and Metacritic score. I do not care. It pisses me off that 3D was in its heyday around the time that that movie came out because the 3D aspect of it absolutely fucking ruined it. But Silent Hill 3 was probably one of my favorite games, and that's and Silent Hill 1 and 3 kind of tie in together. That's why the two Silent Hill movies were 1 and 3, and I think that's pretty fantastic. I love who they got to play Heather. Fucking Jon Snow is in that movie. That's cool as fuck. And the one girl from the Matrix, main girl, I can't think of what her name is right
Trinity.
now in the movie. Yeah, Trinity. Trinity's in that movie, and her character is creepy as shit.
They also got
But the
Sean
3D
Bean.
aspect. Oh yeah, Sean Bean was in the first one too.
He is like
He
the
plays
main.
the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays the dad. But if 3D wasn't in its heyday at that time when everything had to be 3D, I think that movie would have done a lot better. But the 3D aspect kind of kills it, and yeah, look at where we are now. How many 3D movies do you see come out now?
Animated ones. And being
But anyway,
honest, they understand now
yeah,
that like
animated
3D is wasted on live action.
yeah, 3D is wasted on live action. But I absolutely love both those movies. I love every single Silent Hill game. I could talk about Silent Hill for hours upon hours upon hours because it's my absolute favorite franchise, and I think it's some of the best work that Konami ever did. 1 through 4. I mean, aside from Metal Gear, because Metal Gear was pretty sick. But anyway, before I continue rambling on, continue.
I
Next,
don't have any
next
touch points
topic.
on Silent Hill, honest to God. I played it, I enjoyed it, I watched the movies. It's the second movie, the one that's got the carousel on fire that you and I watched.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I was trying to decide that whole time while you were fucking going on. Because like I didn't play the games enough to have like the following knowledge with it. And the whole time I was picturing that carousel scene and I was like, that was Silent Hill. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Like that was my internal
No,
monologue
that
was
was
like
Silent
two
Hill.
little dudes in the corners of my brain bouncing back at each other and you're like I was like, yeah, huh?
Dude,
Mm-hmm.
you know how much I love Silent Hill. Like
Uh
that is one of my favorite franchises of all
they made
time.
a Dead or Alive movie, I guess. I didn't know that. I didn't know anybody that played Dead or
After
Alive. Um,
what? Okay, quick Google search. What came out first, the Dead or Alive movie or the Tekken movie?
man, Tekken
Because
came out in
I guess
2010. Dead or Alive came out in 06.
okay. So after the Dead or Alive movie, they went ahead and made the Tekken movie, even though I
The
don't know
Dead or
why
Alive
would you do that?
movie got a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the Tekken movie got a 0%.
Fucking zero,
The Tekken movie
dude.
made
What?
The Tekken movie made $1.6 million in box office. The Dead or Alive movie made 7.5 mil.
That's crazy. I actually really liked the Tekken movie.
I didn't watch either. Um,
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was
Another
good.
Resident Evil movie, but we kind of hit all those at once. A Postal movie, don't know what that is. Hitman,
Oh, Postal.
Hitman 2007.
That was a
Um,
fantastic movie.
I thought it was all right. I played a couple of the games. I couldn't tell you which ones. I thought about getting into the new one because it's on Game Pass. But no, I didn't think that the Hitman movie was bad.
I liked it. I
Um,
thought they did really good. And
they
they went
apparently made
into
a
a
Far
little
Cry
bit of the
movie.
backstory.
We touched on the fact that they apparently made a Far Cry movie. I noticed that all the movies that this dude named, I might butcher it, but Uwe Bolt, Uwe Boll, Boll, all the movies he makes flop in the fucking box office, but he makes a shitload of video game movies. So, out of the ones that we've kind of touched on, he directed House of the Dead, he directed Alone in the Dark, he directed Blood Rain, he directed Postal, In the Name of the King, A Dungeon, Siege Tale, and Far Cry. Just out of the ones that we've already touched on. And they all have sub 10% box office or Rotten Tomatoes scores. Um, Next one of Touchpoint that I can actually talk on is Max Payne 2008. Um, I liked the movie. I played the shit out of the game as a kid. The slow mo physics, like the what do they call it? Do they call it bullet time? That's what they call that now.
Bullet time.
The like bullet
Yeah.
time physics in that game were fantastic. The dual pistols where your way through the game was fucking awesome to me. I enjoyed every single aspect of those games as a kid. And then I craved that feeling for a while. And then I watched enough companies do it wrong that I never wanted to try it again. Like Sleeping Dogs. They tried their damnedest to be Max Payne. Um,
You know how much I really enjoyed the Sleeping Dogs game.
it was good, but it wasn't Max Payne. And they tried really hard.
No, no.
Um, but no, I think that movie was fantastic. If I remember correctly. Yep, Ludacris
That
was
movie
in
was.
it. Mila Kunis was in it. Marky Mark was in it. It was a
I
fantastic
think
movie.
I think that was one of Mark Wahlberg's best roles. Honestly,
He did a really good job.
he
And it was
did.
early enough in his career. I mean, it wasn't early in his career, but it was relatively early enough in his career that it was. He had room to fuck up, and he didn't.
Yeah, and
Um,
I think he did really good. And
so
that is a fantastic movie.
following that, we've got Street Fighter: Legend of Chun Li. Didn't watch it. Didn't know they made it. It deserved a flop. The Tekken movie, which you kind of touched on. um, I didn't watch it. It looks like it was animated though.
It wasn't.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, they might have made an animated one, but I watched the live action.
Yeah, I just have like the cover art for it.
Oh,
Um, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Didn't know they made a movie of that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
oh yeah, I remember that now. I didn't
I
watch
didn't
that.
watch it. Another Resident Evil movie. Another Resident Evil movie. Silent Hill Revelation, which we already
I
touched
already
on.
touched on it.
What about the Need for Speed movie? You watch that?
I did not watch that.
I didn't watch
It
it either, but
never.
it's got Jesse Pinkman. Oh, that's that guy's actual name.
Maybe I
Aaron
did
Paul.
watch it. Maybe I did watch it. I remember watching a movie with Aaron Paul in it, and he was racing cars. Yeah, that was probably it. I just don't.
No, he was in another one.
Was he?
Yes. You
I don't know.
asked
I'll
me,
have
and it
to.
made me question if I'm telling the truth.
It I don't know. I don't remember it, or I might have watched bits and pieces of it because I kind of remember it. But I think Aaron Paul is a great actor, and yeah, I think Aaron Paul is a fantastic actor, and I don't know, I'll have to go back and watch that because Need for Speed was always a super fun game. That was a huge part of my childhood. Need for Speed Underground specifically.
Yeah, I feel like we touched on that a little bit last episode. Um,
Yeah.
I'm doing a quick scroll through his IMDb because I swear that he was in that Gran Turismo movie or some shit like that.
Was there
Maybe
a
I'm crazy.
Gran Turismo movie?
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, because that's gonna be a hole for me. I know I didn't watch that movie. I should have. I love cars. Didn't. Um, Next one's Hitman Agent 47. I don't
I
think I
didn't watch
watched
that
it.
one. I didn't watch that
No.
one.
Warcraft. I went and saw that in theater.
I didn't watch that one.
I Okay. If you didn't play WoW, Warcraft was a great movie.
I did play WoW. You know I played WoW.
So did I. I I enjoy it from a film aspect. I don't enjoy it from somebody who played the game.
That makes sense. But, I mean, World of Warcraft isn't Warcraft.
Nope. Um, it did pretty shitty on Rotten Tomatoes too. It got a 29%.
Doesn't surprise me.
There are some on here that are above 50%, but most of them are animated. So we're almost at the end of the list of films based on video games. So we'll just kind of speed run these next few. Assassin's Creed, I did not watch. You would think I would have. Never did. Wanted to. Didn't get around to it.
I did watch it. It was a pretty good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay. Um, Tomb
That's all I
Raider
got.
2018. Didn't
Didn't
watch it.
watch that
It's a
one.
new chick. 52% Rotten Tomatoes. Looks like it did good. Rampage. Played the game. Didn't watch the film. I'm kind of over Dwayne the Rock Johnson being the face of everything.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's a good dude.
if
I'm sure he's a good dude. I'm sure. Just I can't be fucked to continue watching every movie that features Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, and fucking Bryan Cranston at this point. I needed a third name. Bryan Cranston came to mind first because I've been watching Breaking Bad.
okay, okay, I'm
Um,
gonna fucking I know it was just a throwaway, but you don't put Bryan Cranston in there.
he went.
Jack
Um,
Black.
Dead Trigger.
I
I
didn't watch
don't
that.
I don't know. It looks like
Even know
Mel
what that is.
Gibson. I might be high on pot news though. It's
Ha!
not.
It's Mel
It's Dolph
Gibson. I'm
Lundgren.
watching it.
It's Dolph Lundgren. I lied.
I'm gonna watch it.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Watched it. I really liked it. Thought it was cute.
I didn't watch it.
It was really cute. Um, that got a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's because kids and Pokemon. They usually don't miss when they go with Pokemon.
No.
I liked that Ryan Reynolds was in it.
Didn't he do the voice of Pikachu?
Yes, he did. And the facial
That's
motion
funny.
capture.
That is hilarious.
Sonic the Hedgehog. I didn't watch any of them. I won't lie. Monster
I will
Hunter.
tell
Didn't
you.
watch.
I will tell you, as somebody who has very young siblings with Sonic obsessions, I didn't have to watch it. I got the full synopsis in little kid voice.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was a fun time for them.
Okay. Good. I know Jim Carrey was in it. I'm happy to see him come out of retirement to pull up as Dr. Eggman.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, good for him.
Monster Hunter movie. Didn't watch it. I like Monster Hunter. Didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't. That
I
that
read
missed my
reviews on it
radar
before we
completely.
did this. Everybody complained that it was just noisy and full of action all the time. So, which,
It's Monster Hunter.
yeah, but I feel like half of Monster Hunter should have been them getting pissed off that they have to kill 450 Rathalos to craft one sword. Personally.
There should have
I
been something
need
like
the
that in there.
spinal plate. I just can't get it. We have to find 3 more Rathalos, and there's like a little chibi Rathalos in the corner, like we're going extinct. Mortal Kombat 2021. I thought that movie was a fucking banger.
I thought it was a fucking banger too. I
I
really
think
enjoyed
that
that
they
movie.
took it in a slight different direction than the OG one, but I'm not mad about it. It was impressive.
I'll I'll tell you what, dude. Scorpion, fucking badass.
Scorpion fucks in that movie.
I don't.
Um,
Okay, one more thing about Mortal Kombat before we fucking continue. I don't like how they're throwing me on like an emotional roller coaster when it comes to Sub-Zero and Scorpion, because sometimes Sub-Zero's the good guy, sometimes Scorpion's the good guy, sometimes they're both the bad guy.
you cut out that whole time. We need to adjust your noise gate for sure.
We're gonna adjust my. Okay, So sometimes Sub-Zero is the good guy, sometimes
Yep.
Scorpion's the good
Yep.
guy, sometimes they're both the bad guy,
Hmm.
sometimes it's reversed. It's confusing me.
Yes, that's fair. Uncharted movie, 2022.
Didn't watch it. I
Mark Wahlberg, Antonio Banderas, Tom Holland.
Yeah, I'm not a big Tom Holland guy.
I don't mind him, honestly. I think he's all right.
I didn't know
Um,
Antonio Banderas was in that, so I might check it out for Antonio.
I watched like 30 minutes of this movie one day because I needed something to turn on before I fell asleep, and I had like an HBO Max subscription for a little bit. What I saw, I liked. Didn't watch it all. We have five more on here. I'm speedrunning them. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Couldn't be fucked to watch it again. FNAF was never my bag. I had a friend that was obsessed with it. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
I
Thought it
wanted
was
to
too
watch
cartoony.
it Matthew Lillard,
That's fair.
but I never watched it. I would watch it for
Uh,
Matthew Lillard. So.
Borderlands movie. Heard it was trash. Didn't bother.
Absolutely will never fucking watch that piece of dumpster garbage, trash, dumpster fire, bullshit ass fucking no. I will
Okay.
not fucking subject myself to that piece of shit.
Okay.
I feel
Sonic the
very
Hedgehog 3.
strongly about this.
Also didn't watch it. Minecraft movie. I'll probably watch it because my kid's obsessed with Minecraft.
I will not watch it because I couldn't be fucked to consume anything with Jack Black in it, and also I don't have a kid, so I don't have to watch it.
Jack Black playing blackjack with Blackjack Jack Black.
Exactly.
Moving on to video games based on movies. Do you want to take the lead on a couple of these? I know I sent you some screenshots.
Video games based on movies.
It would be the white page.
Yeah, I got you. Um, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. I know that
Mm-hmm.
was a big one for you.
Yes, I played the absolute hell out of that game. I've always been a huge fan of the Star Wars universe. KOTOR 1, I played probably 600 to 800 hours of as a kid. I was obsessed with the concept of being able to be a Jedi when I was a kid. That was like the highlight of Star Wars games for me as a kid until like Battlefront became like part of my wheelhouse, but I also didn't have friends to play Battlefront with. So KOTOR really suited it. And it gave me the feeling of being able to play a game in the realm of like Morrowind without needing the brain cells to play a game like Morrowind.
Yep. Also, I didn't know that Jennifer Hale was in that. She is one of my all-time favorite voice actors ever. Love
Hell
that
yeah.
woman.
Hell yeah.
GoldenEye. Absolutely fucking love GoldenEye. That
Never
is,
played
I
it.
still play GoldenEye. You never, oh my god. I still
I
play
never
GoldenEye
played
today.
it.
That is just a fantastic first-person shooter. Obviously it's dated, but it's still super fun. I enjoy the hell out of it even today. That motherfucker came out a year after I was born. That's crazy.
I feel like I played. I have a James Bond game for PlayStation 1, and I'm going to figure out what it's called while you continue on the list. Yeah,
Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
I figured it out. It was Tomorrow Never Dies.
That is also a really good game.
I played the shit out of that game as a kid. Okay,
It was
continue.
really fun.
I don't know what the Fate of Atlantis is. I've seen new reviews of the new Indiana Jones game, and it looks like people really fucking like it. I just haven't gotten around to it.
And one of my personal favorite Rockstar games that they ever did, The Warriors. Fantastic movie, fantastic game. Shit was fun as hell.
Watched the
I
movie,
really
didn't play the
enjoyed
game.
that. The game was cool, because you get to play through the movie pretty much. And
Okay.
there's once you beat the game, you can go back uh, and like just kind of free roam around, and that's a fun aspect. But you can also do little side missions that give you um, origin stories of each of the gang members, and I think that was a really cool touch. I really fucked with that. I put so many hours into that game.
It
I
kind of looks
I
like Def Jam fight mechanics.
Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I played this game so much growing up that I had to replace the disc because the laser burnt a fucking hole in it.
Okay.
Yep. After that is Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Didn't play it. Want to? It's on my wish list on Steam. Just haven't gotten around to it.
Ah, gotcha. Blade Runner, fantastic movie. I
Watched the
love
movie.
both
It was
of
really
them.
good.
I love both of those movies. I didn't play the game. I think it's because it came out on NES, I'm assuming. Or one
Uh,
of those old
yeah.
Nintendo consoles.
Wasn't NES, but
Yeah,
it's 97, so it was probably Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. Yeah. Or what was that one called? The other one. Had the joystick in the middle. Why am I spacing?
That was the N64.
N64. Okay, okay, yeah. No, you said SNES, didn't you?
Yeah, I meant 64. In my head, I was picturing the controller.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. I just like the Warriors. I played this game so much that I fucking had to replace the disc
I played it a lot
because
too.
it was, dude, it was such a fun game. I'm not into beat 'em ups anymore, but if they remastered
Yeah,
this,
there we go. There we go.
I would probably put the same amount of hours into it as I did when I was a kid because that game was hella fun. You could play it, you could replay it with different characters, you could unlock characters and play it with those characters, you can upgrade characters. Legolas was fun. Legolas and Aragorn were probably my two favorites to play with.
That's fair.
Super fun. Very cool to upgrade them. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it just as much. I would, I fully agree on every point that you touched on there. Um, Trying to think if I had any actual worthy additions to make on that. Realistically, probably not. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
It was a
I wouldn't
fantastic
call it a
game.
beat 'em up, but it was fun.
I would call it a beat 'em up.
I'd
You're
call
just
it a
kind of
third person hack
pressing.
and slash.
See, hack and slash, I'd put in the same realm as beat 'em up.
I put Devil May Cry and beat 'em up. I put games like that with a slower combat. If you don't have a premise where you get bonus for doing combos, I don't refer to it as a beat 'em up.
That makes sense. Okay.
That's my personal thing, though.
No, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. After that is Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. I played a little bit of it. I think it was a JRPG style combat, turn based. I think, if I remember correctly. Which at the time I wasn't a huge fan of, even though
I
while
don't think.
playing this I was also playing Final
I think.
Fantasy X.
I think it was similar combat to Turn of the King.
What Lord of the Rings game had turn-based combat? Can't remember. Doesn't
I
matter.
don't know.
It'll probably be on this list somewhere.
Maybe.
But after that is Lego Lord of the Rings.
Not my bag.
Yeah, not my bag either. Um, Spider-Man 2.
Gas.
Spider-Man 2
All
was,
the Spider-Man games were fantastic. The animated James Franco was probably one of my favorite parts of the Spider-Man 2 game. But in
I think
general, it was fucking sweet.
I liked the first one a lot. I thought it was really fun. The second one was even better than that. I liked the third one, but I didn't like it as much as the second game. But the third game gave us that unnecessary backflip,
Yep.
which is always fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I love the OG Spider-Man games. They were super fun. Uh, After that is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which I played. I did play that. I thought it was really fun. I had a lot of fun playing that.
Kind of a
Um,
goof with Lego games, unfortunately.
See, I didn't want to. I really didn't. But I kept getting a lot of things on TikTok about it, and it just looked a lot of. It looked like it was a lot of fun. So I said, fuck it. I spent $50 on it. Played the hell out of it. Enjoyed every second of it.
Okay.
It was nice. It was nice to play a game that isn't serious. Like a game
That's
like
fair.
that isn't serious. Like I just went in, beat shit up with made Legos and fucked off.
That's fair.
I thought it was fun. Um, I will skip the other Lego Star Wars game that's in here and go down to Alien Isolation.
Didn't play it. Also, never watched any of the movies.
How? How have you not seen any of the Alien movies?
Never had an opportunity to watch them.
Do you know how
Like,
fucking disappointed in you I am right now?
it'd be like that. But this is one of
Do
those
you
things that
understand?
I never had. What's the one that had Arnold Schwarzenegger in the jungle? Predator.
That was Predator.
I watched that.
Okay, did you watch the
Watching
second one?
watching his big ass looking. I watched that. I watched the hell out of that shit. Um,
Hang on, pause it real quick. 2 seconds.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the Alien movies. I loved all of them, even the new ones. I prefer the older ones. I like the slower aspect of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it kind of like builds tension. I know that's not really like a thing that people enjoy anymore, but I
Right.
really liked it. The third one gets a lot of hate. The third movie gets a lot of hate, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I only played a little bit of Alien Isolation though.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I'm still very disappointed in you that you've never seen that.
It was just
I, I
like realm.
suggest I suggest that you watch them.
Is that the one that's got Sigourney Weaver in it?
Yes.
Yeah, I recall a director talking about how they told her to shave her minge hair, and she refused to. I recall
Props
it.
to her.
I recall it
I
because they called it a minge, and
um
that has sat front and center in my head since. Is that was another term for it?
that yeah that I don't like that. We're moving on now. I really
Yeah,
don't like that.
slide on down.
Um, Jedi Fallen Order.
I played that. I actually have played this one. It was fun.
I played it too, but I'm also really into the Dark Souls games, and this had Souls like combat, so I played the
Yeah,
shit out of it.
that's funny because I played this before I played Bloodborne, and I really enjoyed this.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Star Wars: The Old Republic. I think was this the one that was done by the people that did Mass Effect,
I don't
or
know.
was that KOTOR?
It's probably KOTOR.
KOTOR might have, yeah. Yeah, no, KOTOR was the one that was done by the guys that did Mass Effect. I didn't play Old Republic then.
Me
I
either.
did play KOTOR though. The Ghostbusters video game.
Didn't play it. Looked fun.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd have played that. Star Wars Jedi Academy. This one I also played. I thought it was really fun. I
Is
think
that
this
the one
one
that
was
was on the
done
Wii?
by no,
Are you
no.
sure?
Jennifer Hale is also in this one, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's by the same people that did Mass Effect once again. And I did play a little bit of that. I thought it was really fun.
No idea.
Scarface, The World Is Yours.
That game was fucking sweet.
That game was absolutely fucking sweet. I thought it was ahead of its time. I really
Yep.
enjoyed it. It was fan fucking tastic.
Yep. I mean, the
The
movie
voice
was also really
acting,
good.
the movies. I think, and I'm only mentioning this because it's next on the list. I think that this movie and this game was 100,000 times better than The Godfather.
Never watched, never played.
A mutual friend of ours absolutely ruined The Godfather for me because he was sitting there hyping it up so much, and I sat there,
Is
didn't
it the
even
same
make it
mutual
through all
friend
of
that
it.
hypes everything up?
Yes,
Yeah.
but didn't even get through the whole movie. I fell asleep and then never picked it back up because it was the most boring piece of shit I've ever seen in my life, and I
Yeah.
don't care who knows it.
TLTR. You come to me on the day of my father's wedding. Yeah, it's the same shit. That's the whole movie.
Yep.
Um,
Star Wars Battlefront.
played the fuck out of it. Didn't have friends,
This is
still played it.
this is all you.
I honestly I
I
don't have a whole
played.
lot to talk about on it. It was fun. It was a cool little. I think it was third person. Maybe it was both.
Yeah, because the newer ones were third person. I played the newer ones and didn't have fun because it was too pay to win in my book, and everybody had better guns than me off the rip.
I always
So I
played as a Jedi or a
fuck
Sith.
shit. See, in the newer ones, you had to unlock that shit.
I know. I mean,
So that
that's
wasn't
so
fun.
old Battlefront was the same way. You had to get like X amount of kills to be able to transfer over into playing as like one of the heroes,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly.
The one time I got enough kills to do that in the newer ones, I immediately went for Luke and died 30 seconds later.
It's like that.
Yeah, still not sure how that happened. Gonna skip on down to Batman Begins because I don't think either of us have played Alien vs. Predator 2 or Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy.
I also didn't play Batman Begins, but I watched that movie more times than I can count. I actually saw that movie in theater. My aunt took me.
Mm. Yeah, I played a
Yeah,
little bit of Batman Begins, but not enough to actually like
have like an
talk about
opinion.
this topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the newer Batman games. They're fun.
How about Enter the Matrix, the game?
Oh,
Or I think there was also one just called The Matrix. I think I had The Matrix and you had Enter the Matrix.
no, we both had Enter the Matrix, but I also had the Matrix Path of Neo,
Ah, that's the other one. So
which
Enter the
both
Matrix is the one where you
fantastic
play as
games.
Trinity and Ghost.
It's not Trinity, it's Niobe, but that's Enter the Matrix, yeah.
Did I have the other dude's name right?
Ghost, yeah.
Okay.
Which
And you're right, it was
I
Niobe.
like. I liked that you could play the game as one character
Mm-hmm.
and then play the game as the other character, and it was like a totally different fucking game. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved that aspect. You got to see different areas and find different weapons. That game holds a really special place in my heart because it was
Same with the
like the
movies for me.
first. Oh yeah, the movies are fantastic. But I didn't play Max Payne. This was the first game I played with bullet time,
This was your Max Payne.
and this was my Max Payne, absolutely. But obviously, I watched the movies first
Yeah.
because they came out first. But Path of Neo was. I don't even have words for that game. It was fantastic, every aspect of it. Um, Keanu's voice acting is just plain Keanu, and it's I love it. Path of Neo was great, and the fact that you could like it had a lot of replay value too for its time, which I thought was weird. Aside from Enter the Matrix, like I would say, like yeah, it had replay value, but like realistically, you only had like two playthroughs. Enter the Matrix, you could fucking do all kinds of different shit in that game, and I thought it was fantastic. And playing the first movie in that game was probably the funnest part of it, aside from playing the second movie. The whole game was fun, but I
The
really
scene
liked
where you're
playing
fighting on
the
top of the cars
first.
against Mr. Smith fucking sucked.
That did fucking suck.
Yeah.
That did absolutely
I
fucking suck.
won't fucking forget how hard that was.
Yeah, that was ass. Um, but that kind of completes the list. Shit.
Yeah, the only one I still have that I wanted to touch on at all. I'll give an honorable mention to Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. That game was fun as fuck. That one was on the Wii, and you had to use the Wiimotes to swing the lightsaber, and that was fucking sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
Past the honorable mention is The Thing.
Oh, that just got a remaster this year too.
Did it?
I
I
like that. I like that it's a sequel.
Yeah,
I like that the game is a sequel to the movie, and the
yeah.
game is fun as hell. It is as a kid. That was aside from Silent Hill 4. That was my first introduction. Silent Hill 4 was my first introduction to like survival horror games.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing solidified it. I played the shit out of Silent Hill 4, but the second I picked up The Thing, and it was legitimately just because my dad was like, they made a game of this? Like, hey, we're buying this. And I was like, okay. It's a new game. I was happy no matter
Right.
what. But yeah, I played that, and it was probably the hardest game I've ever played as a kid, but it was probably the most fun I've had with a game as a kid. And going back and playing the remaster, I'm hit with so much nostalgia every time I pick it up.
Dude, that game beat my ass as a kid. That
Yeah,
game did not
it's
hold your
it's
hand. That
funny.
game was very hard.
It's funny playing it now because like I'll get to parts that I got to as a kid that took me forever to get past, and I'm just kind of like sailing right through it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
But yeah,
Um,
very very fun game, very fun movie.
Final touch off point. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. The Harry Potter games / movies, dude. I forgot that they made games of them,
I
which is
liked
wild because I spent 10 hours yesterday playing Hogwarts Legacy. So it's a crazy concept that I forgot that,
I liked the games that went with the movies. Um,
yeah,
Sorcerer's Stone and Prison of Azkaban were my two
yep,
favorite
they were really
games
good.
to play. Prisoner of Azkaban specifically because you can cycle through Harry, Ron, and Hermione,
Yep.
and I thought that was a really cool aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Goblet of Fire had kind of like a Doom style gameplay. It was top down and kind of played like not Doom, Diablo.
Yep.
Played like Diablo. I thought it was fun. I died a lot because I didn't know what I was doing because I hadn't played Diablo yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Order of
it
the
was super
Phoenix was
fun.
third person again.
Yeah, I didn't play Order of the Phoenix. I didn't even know they made an Order of the Phoenix game.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
Um,
about the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one.
and then Hogwarts Legacy came out, and it has nothing to do with the movies, but it has everything to do with the universe, and I think it was done super well.
Yeah, I
Um,
with the
Personally,
new
fuck all the
information.
people that cry about it.
Yeah, for real. But given the new information that you gave me recently, I have to go back and play it because I didn't realize that I could just whoop wholesale ass and not give a fuck what shield they have on.
Yeah, I spent 30 minutes to an hour last night just running around casting Crucio on people to see what it did.
Fuck with it. All right.
It's such an absurd amount of fun.
I did enjoy it the time that I played. My character, if I remember correctly, is wearing a leather jacket and leather pants, and he looks cool as fuck.
So he's David Bowie.
He's fucking David Bowie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, respect it. I think that probably sums up everything that we were going to shoot for this episode as far as like video games and movies. I think we touched on all the big ones. Um, if there's any that you feel like I forgot or that we missed,
That touches on all the
Scarface,
important ones.
Matrix. Yeah, I mean, Matrix was one that I didn't really see on those lists that I wanted to touch on. Same with Scarface, but that was ended up on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Was there another one? I don't think.
I don't think so. I think that was it.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
Final Fantasy, they made a couple movies about that.
those movies were good.
Those movies, Advent Children is probably the
Mm-hmm.
best movie that they
Advent Children
made.
was really good.
Um,
Yeah, no,
okay, well
I
that's
think
that.
that's good there. Um, we'll call it here for this week's episode. Next week's might be a touch late because I'm going to be out of state. We might make it work though. All right. As always, guys, like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. Make sure that you're nice to somebody today. Yeah,